The question on pop music is... As of October 2020, Dua Lipa and Olivia Newton-John have both had a UK top 10 single with what title? Is it Xanadu, Physical, You're the One That I Want, or Landslide? What are we thinking, Namita?
I'm thinking You're the One That I Want is Grease with John Travolta. Xanadu was one of my favourites as a kid, and I've never heard that being sung by anybody else. Physical is another one, Olivia Newton-John, when I was very young.
Oh.
But Landslide, I've never heard Olivia Newton-John sing that song, but if I was going to go for something now, I'd say Landslide.
Omid, what are your thoughts?
I have no idea. I'm leaning towards Physical.
I said Landslide, didn't I?
I don't remember Olivia Newton-John's doing Landslide. I think we can knock that one out.
Gosh.
I'll buy you a hoodie if this is wrong.
You want me in the hoodie?
This is a wonderful, wonderfully generous wheel.
OK, let's lock in Landslide. Just hang on one second. Landslide.
If you feel it's Landslide, go with Landslide.
Yeah, but then again, why would somebody sing a song about a landslide?
An election?
OK. What are we going to lock in?
I'm going to lock in Physical.
Physical. Physical has been locked in. All right, let's have a look at the answer. Let's see if it's correct. For £3,000 and, of course, finally removing pop music from this wheel, is it Physical? It is Physical!
Thank you, thank you.
Brilliant. The question on tennis for £3,000 and your continued stay on the wheel is... Pat Cash was the first player to do which of these things at Wimbledon? Was it be disqualified, kiss the trophy, serve at 150 miles an hour, or climb centre court? What are you thinking, Erica?
I'm thinking that Pat Cash was always very famous for wearing a black and white headband, but sadly that's not on the board. Do you remember the black and white headband?
I mean, what era are we talking about, Pat Cash?
My era.
Right,
a long time ago. A long time ago.
Right. Now, there's certain things here. I mean, I can't imagine it'd be serve at 150 miles per hour.
No, because that's quite fast, and
I also,
even today.
I would look at kiss the trophy as... I can't even... I imagine that even before that, people would have kissed the trophy.
I think they all do that.
Be disqualified is... I mean, Wimbledon's been going on for a long, long time. I can't imagine he was the first person to be disqualified. Climbing centre court is quite a moment for the TV cameras. So I would imagine that's something that people will remember because he was a player that potentially climbed centre court.
He's quite flamboyant, so I'm thinking.
Listen, I'm not going to lie. Like, I don't even know who the bloke is.
Who the bloke is?
I don't know who he is.
So what are we thinking, Erica?
I'm thinking that I'm going with you because you think climb centre court, I think.
Do you think that, though, as well?
I think climb centre court.
Are you going to lock it in?
I'm going to lock that in.
We're going to lock in climb centre court.
Yeah.
Is climb centre court the correct answer? Yes, it is! Also, a big round of applause for Roman. That was very, very expertly deduced. Never heard of him, but actually, with wonderful logic, came to the correct answer. Let's have a look at the question on the Royals. What did the Queen first do in 1993? Vote in a general election, take driving lessons, pay income tax, or use a passport? Junaid, what are you thinking?
I'm really glad I landed on Jenny, because there's one I'm not keen towards, and that's voting in a general election. I'm pretty sure none of the members of the royal family are allowed to vote. I feel like she must have been able to drive before '93, so it's one of the other two, but I wouldn't know which one to go for.
If you had to go for one?
I would say maybe use a passport. It just seems a bit random and out there, so I'd go for that.
Jenny, what are you thinking?
Actually, this is quite a hard question. I don't know the answer. It's either use a passport or pay income tax. I'm quite sure of that. 1992 was the Annus Horribilis, and it ended with the fire at Windsor Castle. And after that was a huge hoo-ha about paying tax.
OK.
And a huge hoo-ha who paid for the Windsor Castle repairs. And there was a change in the tax regime then, and she did agree to pay tax. Tax screams out at me.
So what we go with, Junaid?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with pay income tax.
We are going to lock in pay income tax. Very interesting. Let's find out. To remove the second category on the wheel for £10,000 in the prize pot and your continued presence on this wheel, is it income tax? What a start! What a start!
Wow.
Oh my goodness! It's another £10,000 in the prize pot. Chris, this is the question.
Believe in me.
We do believe in you. The question on boxing with our expert Chris Eubank is: what is meant if a boxer is described as a southpaw? Is it they knocked someone out, they stand right foot forward, they haven't won a match, they're defending champion? What are you thinking?
So I'm pretty sure Southpaw is a Jake Gyllenhaal film, and now I wish I'd watched it, because I have no idea.
It was a good movie, yes, yeah.
My gut instinct says they haven't won a match, because that seems like a good film. Boxers ever won a match, Southpaw, and then they go on to win one. So I'd guess at that, but I have no idea.
So you are truly in good hands.
OK.
Come on then, Chris. What have you got for us?
Well, you see, if the right foot is forward, it means they are jabbing with their right hand. And when you're jabbing with your right hand, it means you right with your left. That means you are a southpaw.
Would you again like to go against the opinion of boxing world champion Chris Eubank?
I think I'm probably going to stick with him on this one.
So you would like to lock in?
You see, from an educational point of view, it was explained in an educational way.
It was brilliantly explained. Are you going to go with Chris or are you going to go with you?
I'm going to go with Chris.
And what is that?
Which one was it again?
The right foot is forward.
Right.
Yes, right foot forward.
So they stand right foot forward. We're going to lock that in. Is it they're standing right foot forward? Have you completed this wheel? Is it another £10,000 in the prize pot? Are you through to the final question? Let's have a look at the question. Which of these Team GB members won gold at the Paralympics first? Johnny Peacock, Hannah Cockcroft, David Weir, Ellie Robinson. What are we thinking, Natasha?
My first instinct is David Weir, but I've never heard of Ellie Robinson, so...
Swimmer. But
I don't think it's Hannah Cockcroft. Obviously, Hannah Cockcroft and Johnny Peacock, it's sort of 2012 was when everyone got to know them, but I don't know whether they'd been at Paralympics before that. I don't know. Tiny, help me.
So, Dave Weir won 2 golds in Beijing and then 4 golds in London.
Yep.
Johnny and Hannah were London and Rio. I think Ellie's really young, so I think she was Rio. So, I would say, because actually Dave Weir started competing in '96. I would say Dave Weir, and if I am wrong, Dave, I am so sorry, but my gut reaction would be David Weir.
Okay. Yep, we're going David Weir.
Natasha, you would like to lock in
David Weir.
David Weir. For your continued stay on this wheel and for the most you can get for a question, £10,000, is it David Weir? OK, so the question on cricket is, when an umpire raises both their arms above their head, what has happened? A player has been run out, bad weather is stopping play, a player has scored 6 runs, or new ball is needed. Tina, what are you thinking?
I don't believe it would be a player has scored 6 runs or a player has been run out. Could it be between bad weather is stopping play or new ball?
Well, it's not a player who's been run out, no, because they do that thing now where they go up to the third umpire, and if he's out, he's out.
Right.
Bad weather stopping play, unless they're trying to shield themselves from the rain. It's not that. And a new ball needed, I mean, there's no real signal for that.
Right.
The signals come from the boundary, so if they score 4, they do that because the ball's gone over the boundary rope.
Right.
But if the ball's gone way over without bouncing, they put 2 arms up in the air. So it's 6 runs.
I'm going to lock in a player has scored 6 runs, please.
We are going to lock in a player has scored 6 runs. That was, from you, beautiful. That was probably the dream scenario on the wheel, because the first thing Tina said is, well, it's not a player has scored 6 runs. That was exemplary, or was it?
Or was it?
Is it the correct answer? Is it a player has scored 6 runs? Well,